Welcome in, homies. Guys, I need to buzz my hair. I need to buzz my hair real bad. What's up, Mr. T-Bone? Mr. Zora? Mr. Exec? No sleep till Brooklyn. Oh my goodness. I don't know about 99, honestly. We're away, like, we're still a ways away. Just going the OG. I sure did, Mr. T-Boner. What are you gonna do about it? 97 to 99. Howie CBAAL 01. Oh wait, 001. Let's get active. Tiki taka, tiki taka, tiki tiki taka. A tiki taka, tiki taka, tiki tiki taka. Gotta post it one more spot. Gotta post it one more spot. Gotta pop. And we back. Ooh! Sheesh. What, Princess Waukeen's in here? No way. No way, Princess. What are we all up to this morning? Huh? It's like nice here today, finally, you guys. It's like nice out. We ain't talking just like, oh, you know, it finally isn't humid out. Like it's nice out, guys. Talking like mid-low 70s. Absolutely, like hardly any humidity, a nice little cool breeze. Like it's nice out, guys. You back to Abyss again, Lucky? Mr. T-Boner? Yeah, we're gonna rip off the band-aid right away this time, okay? We're able to secure the PM stream. And it can be a long one, too. We got no jujitsu or anything going on, really. So, 3 new members and or super chats. And we there. I know it says 5, but that's only because I can't set it at 3. So, it's like 1, 3, 10, or then from there, but... Oh. Come chill, homies. Amber turds. Oh, no. Johnny Depp is in the house, boy. I mean, we are almost halfway to 98. And we'll definitely be hitting that today. So, I don't see a world where we don't get halfway to 98 today. But the real question is just how long it really takes from 98 to 99. If it's like a little bit more than this grind, then we definitely got it. If it's like a lot more, then... Andrew, what's going on? You'll get the game to work? What's going on with your game? Tell it to act right. Or it's going in the the streets. You don't want to be in the streets. They're mean. Who's that? I think it was another door shut. Heading to work. Oh, you work when I play. You said it's not that you can't get it to work. You're headed to work. I gotcha. Hey, that's what I'm saying. First off, appreciate you being here. Second off, we are able to secure PM streams, but they're paywalled. They're behind a dono wall, you guys. It's pay to win. We are the new RMT of Diablo. Appreciate you stopping in though. What's going on? Happy Wednesday. I hope it's as nice out for you as it is here. No, I forgot my water. Guys, our creatine. Our HGH. Our protein. Mommy's muscle milk. Tiki taka, tiki taka, tiki tiki taka. Look at all these sorcerers. I'm black. I think I ever won't be funny. Bale was calling him a racist. Although if there's one class that could be racist, I could see it being a warlock. Warlock is constantly talking smack all the time. He literally calls cursed backwater. I like just that guy's response. Me? What's that got to do with anything? Like, what? It is backwater, but like he's always talking shit. Like, I think when he gets into the cloister, he's always like, only the lowest would succumb to this. Like, he just the there's just something about the warlock where it feels like he would drop a hard R. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just a grumpy man. Yeah. He's like he's he's definitely funny. He's definitely like the most just cocky class, I'd say. Yeah, Paladin's too righteous for that. The only one that has the pass is the Paladin. Damn it. Switch to Abyss. Hopefully we're getting some people closer to that 94 mark so they can do their own, terror zones and stuff like that. That's really what we try to do. Or I guess 99 all the way to 99. Whatever works. We're blasting though. We're getting that 99. There's plenty of time left for 99. Plus, you guys are going to be coming in clutch with all the PM streams and stuff that you're going to secure. And then we're just going to be playing all the time. I ain't mad at that. Ah! Guys, our dog like doesn't like the wind. It's so weird. Whenever we have the windows open and stuff like that, he's always like, and then he goes and like goes down into the basement where the no windows are, and then he chills down there. But he doesn't really like chilling down there. So then he comes up and like walks around and looks around. Windows are up and there's wind. It's rattling. I don't know what's going on. He's just such an anxious little. Well, not little. I mean, he's a big boy. Such an anxious pity. Here's like a weird catch-22. He's like really whiny and kind of annoying whenever we have like the windows open on a nice day. So whenever it's a nice day, it's just like, oh my gosh, dude. Relax. It's a nice day. We're gonna have the windows open. Need to finish getting the boson leveled. Gonna main it next. Wolfpack? Hello? Wolfpack. Princess. The alpha's calling, and you better pick up the phone. Wing, wing. Okay? You don't want to make the alpha mad. Pop. Bigger on weapon swap. For I know there's one. Which one is it? I used to use it on the barb. That gives you the vigor. Harmony. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Listen, I'm gonna deplete them balls if you don't stop. If you don't start popping them shards, you know, get that good double hand jork in action. All right, we're gonna deplete them balls next. Wait, maybe that we can't tempt people with a good time. Is that easy mode? Yeah, we just have one dedicated harmony or vigor. He doesn't do any damage, but he just lets us zoom. Good morning, Clark. Happy Wednesday. I hope it's as nice there as it is here. I'm gonna be saying that to everybody today because it's beautiful out. It is. It's an insane day. It's like, I don't know. Last night I opened the windows because I was like, oh, it's like mid 60s actually. And then just felt like that wave of, oh my gosh, yes, like roll over. You know what? I think we're going to go to the lake today. I think we're going to go to Governor Dodge. Yes, sir. Beautiful day. Yeah, it's nice. It's supposed to like peak around like 65. Yeah, I think we're gonna do lake day. Go do some hiking trails. We went hiking yesterday, nearby. That was like, pictures are in Discord. That was like 5-ish minutes away, but I know I woke up at honestly 8:45, and I was like, uh-oh. They let me sleep in, and then I'm like, uh-oh. Honestly, it's just like, it's PTO. You'd be like, I'm sick, not coming in. I don't need to know anything more than that. Unless I guess they need like a doctor note, but come on. Yeah, you just be like, yeah, I don't want to. It's a nice ass day out, and I got PTO, so I'm sick. Well, we could really use you, Jim. You know, we're really behind, and if quarter one isn't better than quarter two, and quarter two it doesn't have a good return for quarter three, the higher ups are just really gonna have my. Well, that sounds like that's your problem then, doesn't it, Tim? It's a nice day. I got PTO. I'll see you later. See ya. That's just the way it is. Exactly. I prepare the others exactly, and exactly. Saying exactly. Got to hit them with the 2 weeks. Well, my favorite line of like the 2 weeks notice, like 2 weeks notice. You should have noticed 2 weeks ago that I'm gonna be leaving. That was, or that I'm quitting, or like that I'm gone. That shit was so funny. The absolute like freedom you have of just walking out of like a job is amazing, honestly. I left the job mid shift because it was a it was the plastics place and it was third shift and was just getting worked like a dog. Then they created this like trainer position and they kind of wanted me to do it because I was good. I was training people, learning quick and stuff like that. And they wanted me off of the machines, like trying to get more of a job. Then I realized the person that I would be responding to was like the biggest fucking cock in the whole entire plant. And I'm like, I don't want to be doing that. I realized I was just going to be their bitch being dragged onto like first, second, third shift just at their whim of like, hey, we need you here. Hey, we need you here. Hey, we need you here. And I'm like, I'm not doing it. At least third shift, like you can be a person. There was somebody else that like they did that a lot. They just dragged him around to like all the shifts and he was just kind of like on call and stuff like that. That dude looked like he just looked like a zombie 24/7. It was crazy. Or he just like holding coffee or like some energy drink, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not, no. And so then I basically was just like, all these other things, and I don't really want anything to do with you guys. I'm kind of just gonna find like a different job instead. He started, they started to um, just like just target, like give the shit jobs, do like the shit work, just overwork like a dog basically. And then there was something else where it was my buddy's bachelor party. Then we had the Airbnb, we had everything all planned out. It was on a Friday night. You don't typically work Friday nights, but then they were like, "Hey, by the way, it's Wednesday. You have to work Friday." And I'm like, I can't. Like, I have, this thing. And they're like, well, why didn't you let us know? I'm like, it's on a day that I don't work. Why would I? I don't have to let you know what I'm doing. Like, you guys just sprang this mandatory overtime on us 2 days before whatever. And when my onboarding was going on, they had like no like eight they had literally like no HR that explained anything. And every job that I've ever worked, your PTO, like your time off and stuff like that, reset at the calendar year. So like if you came in December, like you just got lucky and got more PTO, at the whatever. I came in July, but apparently at this place, first place ever for me, was the calendar year. So everybody's PTO resets when they were hired, which sounds so fucking inefficient and confusing for HR for no reason. Instead of just being like January 1st, it's all reset for everybody. But just because they don't want people getting hired in June and then taking their 3 weeks and then disappearing for all of December and coming, it's like that would happen once, but whatever. Not this place was so stupid. It was like a small place that grew up huge, and then the people that were in ownership of it now have no idea how to run a place that's this big, but they were gifted it and just like, yeah, that's it. Anyways, so they started targeting me because I'm like, yeah, I don't really want this position and stuff. They're like, we created this for you, and then the PTO thing, and I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna have this. So then they were telling me that because I had like strategically used up my PTO, but then was just going for a very long time, because it actually wasn't the January. I needed to go 6 more months until June or July, where it would reset. He kind of came up and was like, "Hey, you have to basically go 6 months with no PTO." And like in the heart of COVID, and daughter that goes to daycare, so like they randomly need off and shit like this too, and yada yada yada. Um, so after a while, I was just like, "You're." So I have the, and then with the with the mandatory time, they're like, "You have to show up this Friday." I'm like, "I'm not showing up this Friday." They're like, "Then you have to find someone to cover your shift." I was like, "You guys have been doing mandatory PTO over the last like 2 months. So if people aren't working already, they either work last week and then they're gonna work next week because you just have it into like two groups, and that's basically it." Yeah, pretty much, Nova. Um, the plastic place I was at on third shift, more or less, like they created this position, and then I was like, you know what, I it's gonna be a on all shifts, just coming in at their beck and call, responding to like the number one dickhead in the company or that plant specifically, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do this, and then so there was a mandatory overtime that came up on Friday that they let us know about on Wednesday, and I had already been like, hey, I have a bunch of stuff already planned, my buddy's bachelor party. I've already paid for the Airbnb and like all this type of stuff. Then they're like, essentially, they're like, you need to find somebody to cover it. I'm like, nobody's gonna cover it because they either worked last week, they're gonna work next week, and they're not gonna work 3 weeks in a row, and I can't like switch with them. I'm not able to, whatever. I'm like the only one that can is he was actually sitting in the little meeting as well, um, with the supervisor and then like one of the floor managers or whatever, and I'm like, he can't. And he's like, I'm not going to. I'm like, okay, well then, we're gonna be down a person. Then you guys are gonna be down a person. I'm not coming in. So then they say, well, if you don't have, since you don't have any more PTO, you can't use PTO, and if you miss another day or something like that, then you're not gonna get your cost of living raise. Basically, like you're not gonna get your yearly raise. And I'm like, so you guys are gonna take away like, and keep in mind, I had been coming in every like the shift started at 10 p.m. on Sunday for the week, but you could come in 3 hours early and help get the machine set up and stuff like that. Every single Sunday, I was there at the 7 p.m. helping out, doing all this shit, basically working a two-man machine by myself just because they were down people and people didn't suck. Like already doing all this insane shit. And they're just like, yeah, you're not gonna get your cost of living raise. And I'm like, huh? So I'm like, okay, well, it is what it is then. I guess I'm not getting my cost of living because I'm really not coming in. So then I don't come in. I talk to people up front. I was in back in extrusion. There's up front in production. The people in production are way more chill. And so their bosses and stuff were basically like, huh? Like people literally call in like the night of the mandatory overtime and they don't get like an unexcused absence or whatever basically they're threatening me with. I was so pissed. I was like, so basically, again, it's just the targeting of me. Like you're gonna take away my cost of living, and these people, like I gave you the second we found out that we're doing mandatory PTO. I let you know, hey, this isn't gonna be an issue. I gave you a note, everything. Um, but that's gonna be unexcused. But the people that can just like call in 5 minutes before their shift and be like, yeah, yeah, by the way, I'm not coming. Click. Those people don't get an unexcused absence, and so I was like, and you're gonna take away my raise over this? So then I went like right up to the boss, and I was like, or when I got back, that following Sunday, 7 p.m. I'm there early. He's walking around. Hey, I was like, hey, and I was at this point that dude was such a cuck, but um, he was such like a pushover. He never went to bat. Like, '05 exists. All right, we're going '06, I guess. When he's making my game names. Um, yeah, it was. Well, they had terrible turnover because they just worked people like dogs, treated them like shit, and whatever. Like the average tenure on third shift, because it was one of those things where it's like first shift is only based off of tenure, and like you can only go to a new shift if you've been there. But the people on first shift just like don't do anything really. They're just the guys that have been there for like 70 years. It's like second and third shift that does all the work, and like second shift is a little bit more, but tenured. Uh, third shift was literally like 1 year of, or like 2 years of like average tenure. And at this point, I had been there for 2 years as well, and like was doing really well in all their competency. It was a high extruder, learning everything really well and stuff like that, which is why they wanted me for the trainer um, position. But then, so when I got back on Sunday, I went right up to it and I'm like, hey, what the heck? Like, I heard that production doesn't do this. And then he's like, what? Huh? Oh, they totally do. Who did you hear that from? I'm like, I'm not telling you that. Like, you're just going to go yell at them. I'm like, but I definitely heard that they don't, do that. And if that's true, like, what the heck? And I was like, what is going on? Like, why am I not able to go to like a buddy's bachelor party and they're able to? And then he goes, my name is Ray. He goes, all right, Ryan. Well, first off, so far you've turned down the whatever position, and I'm like, and you're literally targeting me for it. Like, you even saying that to me right now tells me that you guys are pissed about it, and you're like, I was like, are you kidding me? I'm like, dude, you can't do that. And he's just, well, and you've had a bad attitude. I'm like, cause I'm being targeted. And then later on, I just like ended up we had to go then for like some meeting where everybody needs to, team huddle, whatever. And so I remember literally like he's talking and I heard it on the speaker like, oh, whatever, report to blah blah blah. So I'm like, I literally just turned around and walked away. I was so pissed. Um, and then we were kind of waiting on some money type things to come in before I could like move on and get a different job anyways. And then that happened like that night as well. And so I remember talking to my wife on break at like midnight and be like, I gotta get out of here. Like this place, like I'm gonna go fucking actually crazy. Like I can't deal with this place anymore. Like the money's good, yes, but like the third shift and everything. And she's just like, all right, well, like we're in a spot where you can quit. And so that shift, it was 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. I walked out at midnight. I told my boss, like the floor dude, I was like, yeah, hey, I don't feel good. I'm going home. And I just walked out and literally never came back. It was like 2-3 days before their like HR guy tried like peckishly calling and was like, he was this new young guy that definitely knew the company was so fucked, but he was just trying his best. But he was at least not like that HR guy that's like, oh, I gotta just like pull the wool over your eyes and really benefit the company. He was actually an HR guy that was like, I'm more on the side of the employee. Like it's my job to make sure the employee's treated well and fair. And the company did not like that, so then they kind of started targeting him. And I feel bad because he was just like this super nice guy that just was really trying his best, and he was probably like late 20s, early 30s. It was just one of those nepotism plants, right? Like the plant was only funded because the dude that made the plant, it was all super small local shit, right? So the dude that made the plant only got the grant and the funding to be able to do so back in the 80s because his wife was the daughter of the dude who like owned the bank in town. So like normal people, every like average people would be like, yeah, no, you're not getting a loan for that. But they're like, that's my son-in-law. I guess he's good for it. And then his brother had a shit ton of farmland. Uh, his brother had a shit ton of farmland, and then basically just gave him that land to like build the plant and stuff like that. And then so he built one plant, and then built another plant in a town that was like 10 miles away, another small town. And over the course of like from the mid 80s when these plants were started to it was like 2020 at that point, so like 40 years, the people were still working there. I'm talking like people that used to cut the owner's grass are now like the vice manager of the plant and like number 2 or 3, like no qualifications, right? Like they used to have smaller teams, not as many lines, not as many employees, and so these people could kind of like train or just work on like 1 or 2 lines themselves. But now that the plants have grown and there's like 14 lines in the whole plant, that shit's crazy. The Yeah, the HR guy was clutch, but you could tell he was a new guy, and you could tell that like the company was pissed that kind of what you guys are saying about how like they weren't able to get him to do what he needed to do, right? Like he wasn't their little company show where like he was trying, but he was still just like, wait, this is kind of bullshit. Like this is like these guys are right, and really still kind of like going to bat for us and trying. So then I feel bad, he ended up getting, I think, like targeted. He didn't last too long after I walked out. But after I walked out and he was like, "Are you coming?" I was like, "No." And then he's like, "Well, do you want to come back for an exit interview?" I was like, his name was Chris. I was like, "Chris, I think we both know that that's not going to do anything other than just waste everybody's time. So I'm good on that." Yeah, well, we just don't owe these companies anything at all. Like, take your time, do whatever. Like if you don't feel like going, you don't need to make up some elaborate story of like, oh my. It just sounds more fake. Yo, what up, muzzle? It just sounds more fake if you're like, oh yeah, I did this and then my dog tripped and then he cut my ankle and then now my ankle's really hurting and now I can't come. You just be like, yeah, I'm not coming in. And then if they ask when you come in the next time, be like, oh yeah, I was just pretty sick. Like, oh, you literally have PTO. I mean, unless they require some sort of doctor note, but then like fuck, find a different company to work for immediately because that's a huge red flag. It's like if you get PTO, but you still have to like go to a doctor and like give them a whole note just for it's like, oh, I'm sick. It's like, come on, dude, we're adults. I'm sick and tired of being here. How about that? Yeah, literally anything that like doesn't get carried because some gets carried over, and it's nice to try to like accrue a lot, so then you can have a lot, and it's like a day or two, some hours here and there carry over for depending on the job, but most of the time you're just like, yeah, I want to just not have to deal with this, and that's what I thought it was. I was like, oh, nothing carries over, so I'm going to use all mine up. Used all of it up strategically, and then they were like, oh, yo, by the way, not like it's not the calendar year. You were hired in July. You have to go 6 more months without any sort of PTO. And then they got weird with like the COVID shot because it was all like COVID, and it was at that time where if somebody was exposed, you had to go get tested and not come back until your thing came back as negative and all that stuff. So that's how they dealt with it basically. And my daughter, she would go to a daycare and they just randomly be like, "Oh, little Jimmy at the daycare, like he apparently has COVID, so we don't do we're not doing that." And then so now we all have to go get tested. I'm like, oh, I have to go. And they're like, well, do you have exposure? Isn't she? It's like, I don't know. I have to get her tested. And well, so then they would do this thing where if you had, it was like if you had the first 2 shots and not the third one or whatever, like the booster, because then the shots were all coming out, all the vaccines. And so if you had, basically, if like you were up to date on all the vaccines, essentially, you were able to get, um, like you could come to work still while you were waiting for your work, and if you didn't go to work, it was an unexcused absence. But if you weren't up to date and you didn't have like the most recent one, you weren't up to date, so you weren't allowed. So then you were forced out, and those were unexcused, or those were excused because you have to be whatever. And so it was this weird catch 22 where it's like, well, do you want people vaccinated or not? Because my daughter, so like in for me, my daughter would go out. I would have to be out for like 2 3 days until you get the results back. Those 2 3 days while I'm out, since I would be able to come in if I was fully vaccinated, up to date, whatever. Um, then my daughter would be at home by herself, not able to do anything at like 1.5 2 years old. So I was like, okay, well, I obviously have to stay home with my daughter because the daycare's closed as well. And like it doesn't, like, my wife not able to, her job was way worse as far as PTO and stuff like that goes. uh and then so I'm like, so if I stay home with her, which I have to do, I absolutely have to stay, like, somebody has to take care of our daughter, so I'm going to stay home with her. If I'm up to date, and you're telling me that I'm still able to go in, and so now if I don't go in, that's unexcused. If I'm not up to date, these same absences are excused. I'm not gonna get the final booster then. Like I'm just gonna be like, oh, yep, I don't have it. Sorry, blah, blah, like, because they also didn't require it. They were like, you have to. They were just like, oh, but if you do, you get to keep working. Like, you get to keep coming in. Don't worry. It's like, oh yeah. Thanks for phrasing it like that. Huh? Anyways, let's kill some demons. Ladder season 15. People keep asking me this. I feel like it's the same people. My answer's all over. I'm telling you, we're getting the cope of the shadow drop at BlizzCon. That's what I'm guessing. I'm a guess it's gonna be the shadow drop at BlizzCon. Because it just doesn't make any sense to me that they would release a season and then do some sort of reveal at BlizzCon, right? Because they're not gonna like give us the patch and then reveal the patch at BlizzCon, right? Or like some sort of changes. There's no way that they're gonna like release a season a week or two before and then have some sort of crazy like rework change, whatever. No, I truly think they're probably gonna either gonna be Act 6 or they're gonna flush out Act 4 more as far as like campaign and whatever goes. Um, I think we'll probably. I'm just hoping for some rework. I don't even want to see a new class. I want to see old builds that are fun to play and like reworked. Honestly, Boson, Necros, Druids in general. You think they're gonna keep it going? Is gonna be Warlock? I think they're gonna balance Warlock again. So like we'll probably get some like minor changes and stuff. There might be like a PTR for a week or something like that to try out some changes. But they definitely have something cooking for season 15, and I just don't see a world where they start their season. They're like, oh, all this cool stuff is coming like next season. That doesn't make any sense to me. Not with like, it's like it'd be about 3 4 months away at that point. And it doesn't really make sense to like go live on a season and then a week or two later like add an insane amount of new content and stuff like that. So I'm guessing they'll probably end at the end of August or like the very beginning of September. They'll probably have like a week or two of no ladder or maybe like a patch in the PTR to try out some balance change or something like that. And then my guess is because it's like September 12th, 13th, 14th is BlizzCon, I think, and it's on a Friday in the evening, which is usually when they also do their ladder launches because it's not the WoW crowd that plays at midnight at Tuesdays. Like, they respect their audience a little bit. I think with the Diablo community, they know the majority of us are just like random dads and stuff that play in the evening. So usually their ladder launches are like Fridays, Thursdays in the evening, I think. So I'm guessing they're gonna shadow launch it, just like they did. If you guys are familiar with the Paladin for Diablo 4, at the Game Awards they had like the Game Awards has a bunch of trailers and stuff too. That's why I like watching it for the most part. I don't really care too much about their award aspect. I like watching the orchestra and seeing like the new whatever. The flute guy goes hard. Seeing the new trailers and the new games and stuff like that. But Blizzard had a spot at this last one where they showed off Lord of Hatred for Diablo 4, and during that they were like, the Paladin is now, like it hits now, like you can play the Paladin right now, like the patch is live. And so if you pre-ordered Lord of the Hatred that night, like immediately after that announcement, the Paladin, you were able to play the Paladin on Diablo 4. And excuse me, you're able to play the Paladin right away and like all that stuff. But the window's open, I got a little allergy, but I'm going, nipples. And speaking of chilling in the evening, we got the possible PM stream. 3 super chats, 3 new members, 3 primes, and it's yours, you guys, again. The black puppy, I've got the black lung. We're almost halfway to 98. We're almost there. We got the bestest, the most high. Works. Works. Work, 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 work. Thud. They're definitely going to keep the momentum going for Diablo 2. I think they're good. Like, I don't think it's stream wise. I don't think it's their best game. Actually, I know it's not their best game. Diablo 4 absolutely like shreds for viewership and stuff like that. And probably money because there's probably more people just buying things and playing things like that. So what I'm trying to say, guys, is we're migrating over to being a Diablo 4 streamer. All right. We're gonna cover them all. We can't be Howie Diablo and not cover them all. Hey, exec, place I'd rather be. Yeah, ain't no place we'd rather be. Chilling with homies and family. And if that ain't the motto for the homie mansion, I don't even want to play the game no more. Welcome in, exec. Let's get a homies help homies for him. Look, I'll start it off here. Homies help homies. Boom. Welcome on in. He's already a Twitch primer, but now he's got the YouTube as well. Look at him. Guys, look at him. And that's why we got the look at him merch. Because just look at him. Look at him. Look at him helping homies. Appreciate you, homie, man. He hit us with a double tap, bruh. Not the Twitch Prime and the YouTube. She got it like that. He got it like that. Also, there's been something I've been meaning to do. Wedge has been holding down the YouTube chat, which means we are in need of a new official homie. And if that homie isn't Mr. T-Bone, he clips for us. He's active in the Discord. He helps the homies. He helps get clips. Everybody, let's get a nice 07 in chat as we welcome in Mr. T-Bone. I don't know how to do this. How do I make you a mod in this? How? Add his mod. There we go. With this honor, we shake his hand. Congratulations, sir. Guys, we appreciate the dedication, the absolute loyalty. He's here almost every day, very active, helping out, clipping, chilling. A round of applause for Mr. T-Bone, you guys. And he hit 99 this season. Woo! T-Bone! Yeah, T-Bone! Yeah. What is this? Okay. We're really taking off there for a second. Welcome in, homie. You have absolutely no new expectations at all. So just keep doing what you're doing. And as we continue to grow and we continue to get more homies in here, and we need to widen our police force. we are definitely have eyes on other homies that are active, chilling, and hanging out with us as well, rocking with us. But yeah, be sure to take lots of pics on the hike and stuff like that. How you doing, Clark? Is it, I know you've been here, but is it super nice where you're at too? Hello, Silvo. I might look at my chat here. I gotta remove that. /mod. Alright, guys, it doesn't work like Twitch, okay? Sorry. He's blue, da booty, da boo da. What's Wedge's Twitch? Is it just Wedge? I was gonna give him a mod up in Twitch too. Yeah, we're gonna have the national anthem sticking around. We're gonna be doing that. It is a banger though. What do you think? What country do you guys think has the best national anthem in the world? Clark's in Minnesota, land of the lakes. That they're actually frauds. You guys know that? There we go. There you go, Mr. Wedge. Oh shit. We just cleared a dockable window, guys. Hold on. Did you guys know Minnesota's a fraud? Wisconsin has more lakes than Minnesota. Who has more lakes, Wisconsin or Minnesota? Oh, we define lakes different. We have a bunch of like smaller lakes. That's what it is. So I think technically they have more of the bigger lakes, but we have like a bunch of little small lakes. More ponds rather. Sorry for yapping, guys. These runs are becoming trash. I'm glad you live, Mr. Wedge. Also enjoy the Twitch moderation. Now you're in charge of banning all the AI botters. I'm just kidding. And everyone that's gonna roll up to my stream with their squad deep next time they're home or whatever. You gotta protect the stream from the people rolling up on stream. It's a real bummer that YouTube is like so strict on the music. Because music's the vibe. Not gonna lie. Yeah, don't really want to just like openly just support all the AI music generation bullshit, so we're in a weird spot. Because some of the stuff that even claims to be DMCA free just like straight up isn't. Like it might have been when the playlist was made in 2019, but let's say the little small artist group like blew up a little bit and now they claim their own stuff as copyright and you don't even know. And then all of a sudden you finish like a 4-hour stream and it's like, you cannot be monetized through ads because you played 30 seconds of this random like indie song and you're like, oh, okay. I guess I wasn't playing a DMCA only free playlist. Plus what happened before was we were on one and then YouTube switched, we got to the end of it and then they just started auto playing one. I didn't realize it went to something else that wasn't, and then that got struck down. She's like, oh my goodness. Why did he sound like that? It sounded like somebody's Hephaestus died. Fuck me. Trying to get that mana back. Trying to get that mana back. Thank you. Oh god. Come on. You can die. Whew. Whew. You can't die. I want to bang on a boat? What the heck? I want a boat. I've actually been trying to save up for just like a small little fishing boat for me and the little one and family to go out on, or even just like a kayak. It's just hard to justify like that kind of purchase, even just like a couple grand. The kayak would probably be like cheaper, but then I know eventually the little one and stuff will want to go, so I don't need another one, but that's not that bad. And I have a out bag, so I can easily just get like a roof rack and stuff. I would love to. I'm actually pretty close. I've been to the Boundary Waters. probably wouldn't go right now with all the smoke, but yeah, I would love a kayak. But it's like every time I think about making like a bigger purchase for myself or something like that, I'm just like, you know, we could, I've been wakeboarding. I've been wakeboarding, tubing. All that jazz. But yeah, I'm like, you know, the little one wants to do something or whatever. And she's like, well, there goes that kayak again. There goes that kayak again. Like, it just, I don't need it, but it would be nice to be able to get on the water and like fish. Even just a little like regular kayak, not even like one of the pedal ones. Dude, those kayaks that have like their own drop motors and they're just silently like across the lake are so funny looking to me. You see a kayak like hauling ass and the person's not even paddling and it's like making no noise and you're like, what is this? They're so cool. Those are like expensive though. Those are almost like the same price as just like a small little trolling boat. Which the little one likes to go every now and then, but 3-night portage in camp. We did the same, except we literally went like all over the lakes. Like we were on like 3 to 4 lakes like a day when me and my buddy went up there. Like, cause most people were like, "What lake are you staying?" You know, like they might portage to one lake, maybe. Usually just stay on one camp. No, like we went on like an adventure to see them all. Like we started down. I remember went up. I don't remember any of the names of the lakes. They're all crazy, but basically started down, went up to like the actual boundary between Canada, and then we like ended up coming then down and like back around and finishing up where we started. But it was just like a huge loop, and we were on like 3 to 4 lakes a day, portaging multiple times. And so when people are like, "What lake are you guys on?" We're like, "All of them." They're like, "What?" And then we showed them the map that we're doing. They're like, "Oh, like yeah, you guys are going." Like every single person was super surprised that we were just. It was me, 2 buddies, and we had a double kayak, or we had a double canoe, and then a single canoe, and then just like our, 3 backpacking backpacks and gear and stuff like that. But they were fun. It was some like, I don't remember. I have pictures of it that will show what it is. But it's like these these really nice lightweight Kevlar boats. So they weren't like protective. You had to be careful. Like when coming up on rocks, it wasn't like metal. You just or even fiberglass going. Just probably not fiberglass. Whatever the like plasticky ones are made out of. But there's some in like Dick's and Walmart and like the off-season like decent Pelican ones that go on sale for like 400 to like 500 that I've been just eyeing up for a very long time. I mean, I even took like in college for kids, but way back in the day in summers and stuff like that. I remember taking like a kayaking class during that and just thought it was really cool. But yeah, anytime I like go to be like, oh, $500, I'm like, that could be a trip to the water park, like in the hotel water park for the little one. Like that could be that could be like a nice vacation or like a small little Airbnb on like a weekend getaway thing for the family, and then so I end up just being like, no, I don't. I'm too selfless, you guys. That's what it is. Maybe someday. Bum, ba, da, bum. Alright, let me get big back. I'm broke. Hey, soldier. That's why it always baffles me when you see like some, 20-year-old like strolling up in his 50 grand truck, like with his 10 grand trailer, backing his 40 grand boat into the lake, and then it's like three kids hop out, and you're like, fucking how? Like, literally since I've been 15, I've worked like damn near full time and went to college and like had a good job. Wife has a good job. We have one kid. We have our house, but like our rent is dirt, or like our mortgage is cheap compared to most sort of mortgage. We don't have some 40, 50, 60 grand house. It's just like we both make, or at that point we were both making decent money before I was laid off, and it was just like, what is going on? Like, how are you still able to do this? Mind-boggling to me, man. It's that generational stuff, though. It's like mom and dad helped like make some just good decisions or whatever, or paid for something that allows them to not have to pay for something their own, like whether it be I don't know, or maybe they just made a really good investment. Who knows? Maybe they invested in Bitcoin way back. I try to, not compare and contrast too much, especially with other people. Just kind of keep your eye on your own bobber, so to speak, to keep it on the fishing lingo. But when I'm like, sitting there with my $40 Walmart rod on the bank, just kind of wishing about like, dang, it'd be nice to have a kayak. Dude just rolls up, and like the young dude my age rolls up in like it's just fucking massive truck, massive boat, like I'm like, all right. Not sure how you guess you went into engineering or something. That's what I should have did. If I went back and can go back, I would have went for engineering like any day of the week. I just went with like the thing that I thought I would enjoy the most, and then ended up unfortunately not really enjoying it, and then it also makes no money teaching. So music teaching specifically. Be a helper, these nuts in your mouth. Go, go. No problem, homie. Welcome on in. You said you're by the. Wedge, or not Wedge, Clark, you said you're by the Twin Cities? And I run. The chaos all night and day. Guys, actually, you know, we were joking about like me, like wife thinking I'm having seizures in the sleep, but I'm really just running CBAAls. I think I unironically had a joke or like a nightmare last night that I was losing EXP. Like I died like 3 times and lost EXP. But I think I was level 98 already, if I'm like remembering the dream correctly. So it's actually starting to happen. All right, we're starting to it's starting to affect our psyche. We're gonna have to form a league of extraordinary gentlemen together for season 8, and by 8 I mean player 8, season 15. Oh, oh. Stop that. I don't like that. Stop that. I don't like that. Poison. Fucking poison, princess. Oh. Now it's extra spooky. Oh, safety. When you're having nightmares about losing EXP in Diablo. Am I cooked? Am I cooked, chat? Is uncooked? Make sure we're out here doing our part. Hulk smashing that like button, Exodia obliterating it. I heard Seto Kaiba on the algorithm has their blue eyes white dragons. We need that Exodia obliteration to beat it. Kaiba boy. The first 2 seasons of Yu-Gi-Oh! Absolutely smack. And then after that, nah. But like Battle Island and Pegasus, come on, dude. Then the Egyptian god cards? Come on, dude. Same with like Pokemon, you know, like the first couple seasons of Pokemon just absolutely ripped, like Johto, Kanto region. And then after that, we're like, what are we doing here? $6K life. Sheesh. Sonic. Dude's rolling around at the speed of sound. Troll belt. Fee fi fo fum. Fee fi fo fum.
I'm gonna come.
Sorry, guys. and I'm gonna grab my water quick. And we bang, and we bang. Oh, it wasn't terrorized? No wonder it was so easy. No wonder. Mo better, mo cheddar. You guys, when we were hiking around yesterday, we got into the kind of this like more damp area, and immediately, like, I could smell the mosquitoes. Like, if you're from the Midwest and the North, like Clark, you probably know what I'm talking about. When it's hot and dry and like whatever, you're like, oh, you're right, no mosquitoes to really worry about. But when you get into like a shaded area and you like, uh-oh, like it just smells like soil and earth and like just wet, you know. And already I looked down and there was one on my leg, and I'm like, oh no, because I was just wearing shorts. I had a long sleeve on. Little one had short sleeve and pants, so her pants weren't bad. But I just had shorts on. You'd actually be proud, T-Bone. I had shorts with the socks and the Jesus sandals, the Midwestern Jesus mandals. But we were rocking the socks with the mandals and shorts. And I looked down, I saw one on my leg. I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it. We don't have bug spray. I was not prepared for this. I absolutely despise mosquitoes and mosquito bites. And I'm like, so we can just come back like a different day with bug spray. We're not going this part. We've already done like 2 different big hikes today. We'll just, we'll call it a day on this and then go home. And she's like, no, I want to keep going. I was like, I am not. And I look down, there's another one biting my knee. And now they itch a lot. There's like 2-3 spots on my right knee that just like absolutely kind of destroy on itchiness. And the worst part is when we do like the jujitsu and stuff like that, I can't really like, just from rolling around and whatnot and on the mats and stuff like that, they just like itch themselves more or less. I do have the self-discipline to not itch them, but they just get so bad. They get so dang bad. remember a couple summers ago, I went camping with a buddy, and I had sprayed. I had on like a sweatshirt and pants and the socks and all that stuff. The socks tucked into the pants just because I knew we were in like a very mosquito-y area. We were sitting by the campfire too. They were still attacking my hands so bad that like in this little just like vicinity of your palm, like the meaty part between your thumb and your pointer finger, I counted like 8 different bites on each hand. It was so they were on like my fingers. It was awful, dude. I love summer, but I absolutely cannot stand mosquitoes, man. That's why certain times of the like boundary waters, I'm sure, is just uninhabitable, man. Mr. Clark, you probably know more about that than I do up there. I went fishing by the river, and I don't know if it was like just mating or what, but I literally heard like audible and saw a visible cloud of mosquitoes. It was crazy. Just hanging out. Almost walked right. I actually did kind of walk right into it. I was messing with my line, looking down as I'm walking. All of a sudden, it's like, I look up, and I'm like, ah! Like I kind of at first like freaked out a little bit because I thought it was like bees or wasps or something because it was just so loud. And then I'm like, wait, these are mosquitoes. And then I really just started running because I'm like, no, I don't want to come home with 40 mosquito bites. That sounds terrible. Did find this nice spray that like Walmart has, where it's like all natural. It has like lemon and stuff like that in it, and it smells nice, and it doesn't make you feel like DEET and the deep wood shit makes you feel like freaking sticky and slimy in a way. But this stuff was nice and it worked just as good. So I'm like, wait, this is my new go-to here. It's in some little green bottle. Careful, careful, careful. Careful, 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 careful. Dolls and souls. Jeez. Terrifying. Doesn't get much scarier than that, honestly. People want everything in their throats. We're gonna throw up the get active mug here. There we go. Get active. I can click that and see viewer activity. Me too. 2 more. 2 more super chats or memberships, Twitch primes, Twitch subs. We're coming back for a big old PM stream. And then we'll do the same thing where we keep it going. Every additional one will keep it going for an extra half hour. We'll just do mini subathons, exec. Free me! You guys know when Wedge found that Ars Diablos, it was like a 1 in like 100 and something thousand chance of drop rate. Like that's crazy. Ars Diablos in tombs that he found. That's just impressive, dog. AI viewers. Oh, there he is, Wedge. Here's your chance. Get him. Flex your new powers, Wedge. Ban him. Sorry, I got it. Don't worry about it. Hey, Wedge, you keep that thumb on ice, all right? I got. We don't want your thumb stressing out too much. Dreamed in. $1 in a dream? Same here, homie. Was constantly buffering. Hey, it is what it is. We hit the watch hours and the ads. I mean, we get ads on both places and stuff. So I hope you like your new green sword, dude. You know what? There we go, Mr. Clark. A little drip for you too. Another reason I've never seen this. What the fuck? Nani? Okay. He was alive until he wasn't. That looked funny. Clark, you like watching stuff with the wife. Watch Attack on Titan with the wife, Clark. Or, not Clark, Wedge. I'm telling you. I ain't gonna lie to you. Ain't no place I'd rather be. Attack on Titan. He'd be like, ain't that one of them Chinese videos? I think it's on Netflix. I think so. I actually don't know. Yes, it is. Oh, wait, hold on. It's not currently available in the US. You gotta get a VPN and change your location to, like, Philippines or Japan. Hulu. It's on Hulu, apparently. And Crunchyroll, but I doubt you have Crunchyroll. Get a VPN. Change your region to Japan for it's an anime, Wedge. It's an anime. We're gonna get you into the good shows, okay? The stuff nowadays is trash, except for the anime. All right, that's where all the good writing and everything is. Skedaddle in there, Mr. Bale. Pin the Discord too for people that might want to be joining. Invite to server. Boom. Boom. Yo, wait. Whoa, whoa, whoa. My shit just did. Hold on. My shit just did the shit that his thing did. Italy, aggressively scanning the chat to see if I can put a timeout. Yeah, boomers ruin the internet. It's true. What the heck is going on? You on a boat with your swim trunks and your flippy floppies? What lake you on? Yes. Holy crap. I missed all this. What's up, Smelps? Italy. Comparison is the thief of joy. Yes. What the hell? Wedge. Are we good? Literally, like, I had nothing after, I had absolutely nothing after T-Bone saying, sick, thanks, brother. Thanks, everybody. And then that was it. And now, there's just, like, I just tab, and it's just like, and boom! That was weird. Welcome back, everybody. What's going on? Hi, welcome. Hello. I was not ignoring you. Yeah, I saw some weirdness happen to you too, Jables, during your questionnaire. This guy was, you were like, I was laughing because I was just doing random stuff like on my phone and whatever, just around the house and whatnot. And you had asked the question like, oh, what is, you know, what level do you have to be to get everything to be the pits? And it's like, if pits is 87, so, you know, Terror Zone is your level plus 2 levels, so 85. I'm like, 85. And then you were like, then you asked the Countess question, you're like, oh, what can she drop from her special table? I was like, ist. And I was like, unless you mean like her monster table, then low. And so I'm like, and then there was just nothing, and everybody else was answering too. Like, there were so many answers coming in, and you're just like vibing. And I was like, is he reading the answer? Like, is he gonna let us know if someone's right or not? And then you were like, no one wants to answer these questions. And I'm like, what do you mean? You have like 30 answers just flying in chat right now. And then you're like, come on, guys. Like, let's go. What's up, Smelps? You end up finding that Grizz shield ever? We got some other people approaching you. Wedge is getting close. I think he has two things left. Bomber! What's up, homie? Yeah, you know, you got to. Still doing boss farm. Hey, so you're telling me there's a chance? It's probably still like your best bet, yeah. It is a significant like boost. But as they were talking about the other day, like I think we were using Ars Diablos on like just player 1 about 200 MF as an example, and like Baal Mephisto had like a 2,000, and then the like normal just mobs had like a 20,000 or something like that. I'm like, by the time you kill Mephisto 2,000, so like 2,700 times or whatever it is, you could also probably kill like 20,000 fall-ins and just random mobs is equally as quick. So 1 in 100,000 chance. Oh my god. 3. Okay, Sanders Cap, you can get that easy though. But we won't count that. That's like a 200 Cow King run max. But Grizz Shield, Well, good luck to you, Mr. Smelps. I'm at this point, I'm pushing for 99. And then if I hit 99, we might start our challenge run of hardcore paladin player 8, single player only, not allowed to go back and either buy potions or like talk to the person that gives you health at all. You are going, when I hit 99. It is going to be from the help of the PM streams, though, as well. I think on our last PM stream, we ended up getting like a bar and a half of EXP, so that was a lot. You know, about 4 or 5 more of those, and we're gonna be leveling. Something that's like 1 in 100,000. I don't know about 1 in 100,000 chance from bosses. There's no way. It's that rare? That's crazy. Yeah, I've been out of shards for a while. People have been throwing them at us. It's funny, the people, then the people in the runs too, they start using their shards, and then they get out, and then they start doing like pat downs of the people that join. And it's funny, they're like, yesterday somebody kept being like, anybody that was new was like, oh, this guy's got all the Act 5 shards. Like, I know, like he's got them all. When did oh, the hunt? All right, the hunt for the grandfather. I don't know. That one might be dead, man. That might just be. I don't know how many people really want to just be watching some fool just spin on Pindle for 8 hours. We'll definitely do some split farm ridiculous. Usually I do like split farming during the day. Like usually I just kind of pop shards and get active and stuff like that. But public split farms are AS. So I like trying to find people that are like chill and whatnot in community, like bail runs and CBAAL runs and stuff like this. Bring them into the Discord. Tell them how we do the runs and stuff like that. Because once you're in the Discord, like we were talking about the other day, once you're in the Discord and you're like doing runs with homies and stuff like that, these are now no longer public runs. So you kind of gotta you know, act a little bit different, right? You gotta share the loot a little bit more. You gotta whatever. But even the split farm, like, you know, if you're split farming, you're here, I'm there, that type of stuff. I usually just blast tombs, and like if I need something, I need it. If I don't, I don't. 2 BK statues. Shards overflowing. Act 4 and Act 5. This guy. Hey, maybe that's what the PM streams can be. I usually kind of let like whoever is the more or less responsible for like securing it. So like the people that either gifted the super chats or the subs or the new members or new subs. I usually am like, hey, what do you guys want to do? Like, do you guys want to farm? Do you guys want to split farm? So that's how I've been handling those. And then if they don't really care or they just wanted to support, then just pretty much whatever the community is more so feeling at that point. Yeah, I love blasting A1. Like Act 1 is awesome. Like everything's super easy to kill. And all the heralds are just like, they just die instantly, like they're not hard or scary or whatever. Act 4 and Act 5 gets pretty spooky sometimes with some certain combinations. Mr. T-Bone wiping his booty cheeks and shards over here. I'm sorry, are they not high in ruins enough for you, Mr. Wealthy Rich Man? Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how the druids fare next season against all the heralds and stuff like that. I really hope they look at heralds and mercenaries next season though. Like, both seem just in a terrible spot. Like, heralds seem so like lackluster, especially with how unrare sunders are now. I honestly don't mind like making the sunders more rare. It's like, you don't get to farm a fire area with your fire build character until you find your sunder. If you didn't, like, oh, it takes too long to farm my sunder, bitch, you literally never got a sunder back in the day. So what are we complaining about? Like, you just would make a different class to farm that area. It's like, I really want to do chaos. Okay, make a Fodin, make a Javazon, make a, you know, like, make a Hammerdin. Sorry you can't take your fire warlock in there or whatever, but eh. New mercenary rune. I just want mercenaries not to suck. I just want them not to die like every single time in Act 5 whatever spawns, or have them be more or less like completely worthless in Ubers and stuff like that. Make Vic great again, you know what I'm saying? The mercenaries used to be fine, like they felt fine when you would get your fort, you know, your Andy, your insight, or your infinity, and then you're like, all right, they're strong, they don't really die, I can go farm my ag bosses, I can go do my chaos, and they don't really die too much now, like it's just in terror zones. At least mine doesn't, with the demon also tanking. But in like once them heralds start spawning, dude, it's like every single herald just kills your mercenary. And if you're in the like, you're in the farming routine of just popping a shard and clearing like a whole act or campaign even, you're gonna get to tier 5 heralds pretty quick. And like every single one of those heralds that pops is just gonna destroy your mercenary. And there's another 50k, here's another 50k, there's another 50k, and it's just like, oh my goodness. They can't go to, wait, they can't? They're stuck at 98? Oh my goodness, that's why. We need infinite skin. Give me Paragon points for my mercenary. How about that? People that want Paragon points added, let's do it for our mercenaries. Let's get our mercenaries really strong. And then let me control them like Annie's controls Tibbers, and then so I can make an enchant sork or a Holy Bolt Paladin and just play as a healer. I'm gonna play as a healer and I'm gonna let my mercenary go crazy. How about that? That sounds fun. I'm just gonna Holy Bolt him back up to full health constantly, and he's just gonna go absolutely bonkers. Wait, Pit Zerker. Telling you, man, Abyss has just got that pound for pound OP-ness. Get your demon, you get everything. You get the CC from Abyss, you get like the safety from chains, you get lethargy to keep them slow and steady. Mwah. Chef's kiss of a build for late game farming. Safe, strong, quick, fun, flashy, sexy, you know, come on. Not insanely expensive at all, honestly. We got 10k on the Abyss too. Sheesh! 10k on the Abyss. Dang. Dang. Not full inventory, no. I'm missing one. And these are just random trash charms. Random MFSCs and poison and stuff like that. Oh yeah, that's my favorite one right there. Well, this is with BO. With BO, I get to 10k. That sexy Void. Void, dual SOJs. Iraq and not Geeds. This has 2 skills. Ray steps, chaos ray steps. Craziest part right here is the negative or plus 42 magic skill damage and negative 48 to enemy magic resistance is just bonkers, honestly. Absolutely bonkers, bananas. Greaves, tear haunches or whatever. A tiki taka, tiki taka. Good afternoon, hi there. Okay, I did pin the Discord. I was like, did I post the Discord and then never pinned it? That's actually when I realized that my chat was bugged. I'm glad it's not bugged anymore. You need a base. You have a Zod, thanks to someone? I consumed that Hephaestus. I think T-Bone has the clip of it. I kept consuming them. There's a couple times I died, but I also like accidentally consumed 2 Hephaestus yesterday, I think. The dude just like does his death run right underneath your mouse, man. I'm telling you. It was bullshit too. If you look at the clip, I actually have, because I went like damn near frame by frame. I spawned in town Act 5. I spawned the 2 defilers and I consumed 1. And as I was consuming it, freaking like the mouse, it literally says defiler on the top of my screen, and then you see Hephaestus die. I was like, okay. First off, my mouse was closer to the defiler. It says defiler on there. Why is my Hephaestus getting? So that one, I'm like, you know, that's BS. They're usually always BS because he's always just like running underneath your mouse when you consume. But I'm not sure what happened on that one, honestly. That one was a little below me sandwiches, if you ask me. Jable, did you end up having to go for part 2 on your giveaway yesterday? I was doing some of the trivia, and then I was lurking, helping some people out, and then I was lurking a little more, and then I was like, I gotta go to bed. This is late for me. Guys, speaking of bed, sleeps for the week. Let's do a PM stream. We're at 1 out of 3. 2 mo. 3 more new subs or members. And we're coming back thick tonight. Sounds good. Let me get that cheat sheet beforehand. Mr. Jable, your name's looking a little gray. Your name could be green. I think green suits you better, Mr. Polsky. No, Polak here. Jabilski. What was it? Who's the person that they were saying your name was close to? Like Jabilski? Jabelski? That's some coincidence. You can say that's you, buddy. Don't lie. Don't lie. You can say that that's you. 20 runs in. We're 20 runs deep. Jablinski. There we go. I don't know who that is, but he stole your name, dude. He stole your name. Guys, I should get one more skill, or no?
What do you need?
It's got to be either the eye or the monster, though. As much as I think the Celtic Knot's my favorite Grand Charm design. That or monster, I'm not honestly the biggest fan of the eye. It just is what it is. Oh, okay. Oh, well, thank you. Also, Riddick, if you're in the Discord, there's like people split farming a lot, so if you ever want to just like split farm with people, just be like, hey, who wants to farm? Who wants to pop some shards and get active? I think there's a small farm up here. Synced it. Nice, nice. Creme de la creme. Top chef, you know, I like my beat down, down, down. I'll learn the names eventually, don't worry. So, Crim is ridiculous. Got it. Oh, penis. Oh, boy. The O penis. Yeah, buddy, Jack Black he's gonna sue your ass. Personally. I thought about just making like Blizzard merch and just being like, yeah, if I get a cease and desist, I'll stop, but otherwise, that's about it. What are the odds, right? think a lot of people got into streaming because they realized, like, the celebrities and stuff like that realize just how lucrative it is. As far as, like, if you're huge, you know, obviously it's not like I'm fucking a millionaire here, guys. The VODs and shit like hardly bring in anything. But when you watch those people that like are big, it'll be like so and so has gifted 50 new subs, like so and so has gifted 100 new subs. It's just like, oh wow, like I want that. I want somebody to get 50 subs. And they're just like, oh cool, look at it, what does that mean? And they're just like, it was so funny watching like all these people get into the whatnot. Yeah, exactly. Like if you have a built-in audience, it's just like, it's crazy how much like it's just printer money at some point. Yeah, I always say money's exponential growth, especially like if you have money to invest in shit like that. I think of the person like just look at sports betting, right? Like just look at betting, like think of that, right? So this person during the Conor and McGregor fight, somebody apparently because they always do like the big bets, they let you know on Poly Market or whatever. This person just put in a bet for this much. Right before the fight, somebody put $900,000 that Max Holloway was gonna win, right? The payout was like 1.3 million. So basically, it was $400,000 that person got just like that because Conor McGregor snapped his own leg right away. So if I put $900 on, I might be able to turn my 900 into 1,200 with like kind of the same payout odds and stuff like that. But that's only an extra 400. All right, this person got a 400,000, and it's like, yeah, exactly. Literally, just because they had the money to put out and be like, oh, I'm okay losing that. Like, I don't have 900K to lose. I'm not okay doing that, but that person does. And literally, just because they're like, oh yeah, sure, we'll do it. Now they have another 400K. It's just like money is so exponential, and that's why like the wealth gap is the biggest thing to be addressed right now, is because it's just growing more and more and more, and it's just like the top just keeps taking more and more of the cut from the bottom. And somehow there's more and more billionaires and trillionaires. Like, it's just shit's crazy, man. But yeah. Well, that's it too. Like the cost of living is gonna have to be addressed eventually because America has like, we saw with COVID. Look at our like first world definition of like freedom that we have and like the American dream, and right, like people are okay not going, like when the inflation hitting and the cost of living is raising and shit, like people are okay sacrificing a vacation here and there, right? People are okay sacrificing a sweet treat. I'm okay sacrificing like a kayak that I really would like to have and all that type of stuff, just to keep on living. However, if it's not addressed eventually, I don't think people are okay like, I can't afford to live in America anymore, I guess I'm moving to Mexico. Like, I don't think people are going to be okay at that point. And then that's when I think the violent revolution and like shit is actually gonna happen. Because these people ain't gonna, the history of forever, those that have had power and held it have not kind of like willingly given it up, right? So eventually we'll have to get to some sort of like violent revolution because it is the only answer, in my opinion, at this point. But who knows? Yeah, I ain't gonna start talking about it and have some FBI agent show up at my door. Hell no. I mean, that's just what it's gonna turn into. Like, people have different breaking points, right? You kind of already like seeing some like big things happening, like the warehouses being burnt and other, Luigi, that type of stuff. But like you see some stuff happening slowly. People are also waking up. There's more like people like me that can just go live and spew what I want to spew, and you guys will be like, yeah, you know what, he's right or whatever. And some people have massive platforms, so it's getting harder to like contain the masses via just like Fox News, CBN, your mainstream media outlets. Oh, I thought I got him. Like, we all know that those are like written off and shit like that. So it's like people are waking up more and more because they're able to talk about it, and the media can't. Like with social media, with TikTok, with being able to just go live, like with the whole Ukraine war and stuff like that at the beginning of it. I'm like, I'm not gonna listen to what like Fox News or CNN or literally like any major publication has to say about it, because I can just go to YouTube or Instagram and watch a fucking Ukrainian soldiers like frontline fucking live stream, and I could be like, oh, I can critically think. Here's what's going on. I could like form my own opinions and thoughts and shit. Like, there's so much live stream. There's so many just like news media outlets where it's like you're still watching just CNN and like worried about. I mean, there's somebody else in here that was like really talking about the talking point of AI, and it's like, if we don't win, we're gonna lose the race. It's like, are you, brother? We've been so cooked. We already owe China so much goddamn money. Like, it's just, I don't know. Yeah, mainstream news. Like, I've watched different like people and get different independent news sources for my own opinions. Watch a bunch of different live things. Like, I know what's going on. But I'm not just like, oh, gotta tune into CNN, go MSNBC time. Oh, you're a Fox News person. Like, all that does is just further the divide and all that shit. It's like, we all know it's just an us versus them issue. It's a us versus them issue, but the news and the media and everything and the them up here that control everything are very good at brainwashing the idiots, unfortunately, and making it a turning that on its side and making a us versus them. Like, that's why it's like, oh, it's the it's that other poor person that's just trying to get by in life. He's the reason why you're struggling. It's like, actually, I don't think this trickle down shit's working too well. Yeah, exactly, and that's where it's just like, that's where you just need to do that at. Or like, once you see that exec, you're just like, oh, you're just you're just there. Now you can see just like, oh, everybody, like, it is all just literally scripted or whatever. Because there's no way that that's coincidence, especially not with that many news stations, that many talking points, and it's all exactly the same. My chat glitching? I don't think so. It seems to be rolling it. Damn. Damn. Well, it's all just like, it's all to just sway like the votes of the idiot masses, like, right? Like, the uneducated people that just like aren't able to do what we're talking about, that just do take whatever Washington Post says and takes that to heart. They don't realize that, like, oh, Bezos owns that, and then he wants you to just like literally brainwash. Like, they pay. It's not an exaggeration, you guys. Like, they pay millions of dollars to like psychologists and psychiatrists and psychologists and shit like that to just literally figure out what's the best way to like make the algorithm work the way that it does. All this other type of shit. And so, like, they're literally trying to farm us like we're just cattle, and people are still just like, oh well, whatever. Like, every single event just feels like this some fucking dog park for humans, and then when you actually try to talk with people about like actual events, corporate greed, just community, political things, people are like, oh, I don't like to talk, that makes me feel uncomfy. Well, do you want to go axe throwing? It's like, what the fuck? No. It's just so, like, everything's like just a little adult daycare for adults, dude. They've just gotten so good. Like they've actually just farmed us and like made everybody just like so stupid. You want to go to the bar? You want to go line dancing? Like, no, I want to fucking stop paying so much goddamn money to just live. I want to do these little like adult daycare things where just like everything to do is. Now they're coming for our video games and I'm getting pissed. All right, we got this shareholder slop everywhere. All these shareholders are just taking over these big corporations. Like FromSoft is having like an active hostile takeover from a activist investor company that's like literally putting themselves on the exec board, firing presidents, making new decisions. Like, come on, you guys. At what point do we just be like, enough is fucking enough? And we just start guillotining these people in game in Minecraft. Well, it just seems, it honestly just seems like during COVID, they just were like, oh, like, you guys just know that we're scummy corporations and all this shit, and, like, we're just gonna, and then, like, shareholders start, like, because people couldn't work, so then they got into investing, and then now fucking every tech bro and his mom has, like, some YouTube channel about financing, even though, this isn't financial advice, but my whole entire career is just to give you financial advice. But just because I can get sued if you make a bad trade, this isn't you know, it's so like cringe. And then people like now because there's just so much money put into investing, they have to just be like, oh, I guess that money exists, and like, no, it's just like your $5 that you put in that's now worth $10, paper wise, standard wise, should still only be worth 5. Like there's no standard anymore, and the companies and the shareholders are just going crazy, dude. It's sort of like like there's nothing based off of this. Like, why is SpaceX worth trillions of dollars? You know, it just, and as this amount gets to grow, as you look into it, you're like, okay, these aren't liquid. This is like assets that they're having. They're trading assets. They're essentially being like, hey, we can make this. This isn't even money that they have. Like, it's all just, it's literally all just bullshit, made up bullshit to benefit the top. And then they control all of like the media stuff to brainwash the idiot bottoms to make it like an even playing ground of educated versus uneducated, and it's like a 50-50. But I truly think it is like the boomers, and no offense to, you know, the older generation, but a lot of Gen X that are just like, that's just the way it is. It can't be any way else. And we're like, yes, it can. You're just your brain, like, there's no hope for you. So I think honestly, truly, you know, being a millennial myself, I think us millennials and Gen Zs will be the ones where it's like we either do something or we don't, and like then it's cooked. Like, I think we're a very breaking point, kind of tipping age. It seems like we either stop the technocracy and all that type of shit, or we just like roll over, go belly up, and then it just happens, and everybody's just like tech slaves forever, debt slaves. But I think we'll get there. I do. I have hope that people are, you know, waking up a little bit more and being like, yeah, like, no, it's what they want you to think, though. I think that's what, like, they want the whole just, like, get remotely and get out and just, like, do your thing online, because that still benefits them, too. Like, you know, a lot of them enjoy so much. The trading game. I mean, Wall Street's crazy. Like, once we went off of, like, the gold standard and shit like that, that's when it just got cooked. That's when the lobbying went crazy. That's when everything got into political. Like, that's when, like, you know, all these companies started going. That's when, what else? Pretty much all the bullshits just started happening. Shareholder primacy is, like, the biggest red flag. Shareholder privacy and lobbying is just awful. But we're killing demons today. Let's kill some demons, hooray. Oh, look, it's Tails. Tails armor. Got the tails. Honestly, I don't watch too many of like the modern, like, this isn't right guy, because they're also just like getting, like, I feel like they're massive hypocrites in a weird way. Like they're getting super rich and stuff like this and then like being like, well, it's not right. I prefer the more like ancient stuff, like the Stoic texts of like Marcus Aurelius Meditations, some like deeper philosophy style books of just the ways to live life and look at different things. My goat, like Alan Watts, the what is it, like the Insecurity of Now or something like that. We just finished reading as well. Just stuff that kind of like looks at not wealth being money. Like literally until recently, you know, wealth wasn't just like there was spiritual wealth, there was social wealth, there was whatever, and now wealth is solely just like how big is your yacht, how big, you know, is your house, how much, what's your bank account look like, what's your investment portfolio, and it's just like silly. Use the system to beat the system. Yeah, we're trying. I need you guys. That's why we need the homies' help here. We could do this more or less full time. I'll consider this retiring. But yeah, that's why like a lot of the modern people, where it's like, like they gotta do this, they gotta do that, like you gotta do this, you like you're not living your own dream. It's just like you are speaking out of such a fucking place of privilege, dude. Like you're able to tour the world on your private jet and speak at your forums. You're able to do whatever you want whenever you want. Like the average person is not you, bro. Like the average person just can't cough up 50 grand and just start investing it, right? Like they can't. The average person is working at this point 2 jobs and struggling to pay for fake food. Okay, they got bigger like that's why the whole modern things where it's like you just gotta do it, you just gotta work. Like I take my days, I take a whole day and I make it 3 hours. My day is like 6 days. It's like shut the fuck up. I like every single one of them can be traced back to some sort of like ma or pa or generational money. Like not a single one of them worked like from their fucking just like bootstraps or shit. Like they got lucky, they got some sort of break, they got like somewhere in their path that like the average person would not have been able to do that, and that would have shut down all of it immediately. They would have been like, oh, I can't do that. I need to, you know, that there it is. That's where it ends. Like for me, I'm trying this passion, right? I'm going. If the money doesn't like and the growth doesn't keep going, I will have to be like, that's it. I don't have time to do this and work a full-time job. So I need to go get a full-time job instead. And then this just ends. So it's not like, well, you need to work hard. What and what? Just literally like, you know what I mean? It's just cringe, and like that's the clickbait. You gotta buy my $5 tutorial on how to get rich. Motherfucker, give the information for free if you really care. It's like, well, I gotta get it. Okay, do a pay what you can then. Like it's just I don't know. Gary grew up poor, made it as a trader betting on inequality for a couple years at Citibank. Quit the job and advocating for the past nearly 10 years for tax on wealth and not work. But, so betting on inequality, what does that part mean more so? Like he was shorting things? some people are, yeah, like obviously there's the diamond in the rough. Like there's, you know, the Marcus Aurelius out there every now and then. So maybe he is like one of the good ones. Yeah, at some point they were just like, you know, it was just kind of BS, Johnny. Like they either got some big break, they were able to go to like some crazy college, and then they got, you know, some connection there, and then they started whatever, and it's like the average person that's just like working at, you know, the factory like does not have this ability, dude. They don't have the luxury to just like take off work and go find something. Like they're trying to be a dad, they're trying to whatever, they're trying to, you know, that means that rich people are getting richer super fast and middle class are more. Yeah, but what do you mean by betting on it? Like he got rich by betting on it? What is that? Like how does he get his money? Well, that's all it is, and like I think if you work any corporate job, like you know that every single like it's all just brown. Like you get promotions and shit from brown raising and brown nosing and like just being a corporate shill more or less. Not too much like your hard work and what you can do. It's more like, okay, are you capable, and like how good are you at like bullshitting the other employees into doing what you want like the company to do. Like that's pretty much what like every higher up is. Like they're not very there because they're fucking good at their job. They're there because they're just that person's boy, you know? Like it's just, oh, this is that my this whatever. But yeah, so it's just like, you know, if I make it and I get whatever, so it's like, yeah, you can, you know, do this. Um, you could do this. Like this is how I made it, but it's not gonna work for everybody. You know, like everybody isn't gonna have my situation. They're not gonna whatever. I don't even know if it's gonna work out. No problem, Wedge. Appreciate you. I figure you got it on YouTube. You might as well have it there as well, right? Since you've been holding down the Twitch chat more so now. Money flows because these people have nothing to spend money on except buy assets from stock loans. So he was just investing into these companies that these like poor people were just having to buy, like only having to buy. I mean, I in my very short time in investing, like I've navigated it well. Like my returns were like well above the average, like 10%. But I just, you know, we talked about, money's exponential. I don't, you know, at some point I needed to take the money out and pay for something in real life. I didn't have the luxury or the privilege of just letting the money sit there and grow and grow and grow. I was like, all right, it grew enough. Yay, I'm happy, and taking it out and making a purchase. And it's hard to, as an average person, get the money to get back into it, especially with how it's been going. Everything's just up and up and up. Tech bubble crash, ruin everything, and then it'll be like the massive like reset that we need, though. We just gotta hold it out. Keep turning down these things. I mean, so this guy didn't get rich from benefiting off of poor people, right? And then turn around and tell people how not to be poor. Like that would be a little silly, no? Like he more or less extorted the system and kind of preyed off of poor people. No? Okay, good. As long as that wasn't happening. Because that's what it seems like a lot of those kind of like people do. They're like, oh, I just, you know, whatever. Now I'm going to teach you how not to be. You just got to work harder. It's just like, dude, shut the fuck up. This isn't real. Nah, the rich, like, that's why there needs to be some sort of, like, just insane tax, like wealth tax. I mean, the people like you're that we're talking about that have, you know, billions of dollars tied up in assets, whatever, um, then it's just like these people have neurological disorders, right? The majority of us, once we get somewhere between $1 million and $1 billion, like Ridic said, we'd be like, that's good enough for me. I'm gonna just go to Thailand. I'm gonna play Diablo 2. I'm gonna explore life. No, these people are like, I need more. I can't be happy. Like, if you have $1 billion, granted, I know it's not, it's all tied up or whatever. Shut the fuck up. You could just sell it. You could just sell it all. You could be like, I'm selling my stocks, and now I'm a billionaire. Like, there, I have it. Yes, it's tied up. Yes, it's not liquid in your bank account, but it could be. It literally could be. So, yeah, that's too. That's and then we go even more borrow against it, claim it as a loss. You have all these shell companies, and it's all just literal bullshit. Like the money's just bullshit. It's all just BlackRock, Vanguard. that they own everything. The Balrog skin. I like to stay informed, but not always go like too in depth. It's obviously a very cynical, slippery slope if you just start, you know, focusing on all the bad. There's a lot of it's out of your control. But there's like that catch. There's that weird like fine line of being completely like willfully ignorant and never talking about it and like starting that conversation, so that way it just kind of dies. And that's like what they kind of, you know, that's what they want you to do. But they just want you to shut up and work, you know. Like that mixed with just going crazy and like only fixating on things you can't really control. There's definitely a fine balance between it all. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I don't even look at Reddit. Respectfully, Reddit's filled with bots and weirdos. Every now and then you get some, you know, just normal people. But I feel like the normal people browse Reddit. Like they get linked to Reddit post and they might like view it, or they get linked to Reddit meme and they might like the people actually essaying on Reddit. Those that's a different breed of person. Some might call them lesser. My verdict's still out with the jury on it. But I will say every time I do decide to like maybe go for a post or something or reply or just anything on Reddit, like I'm very quickly reminded why I never use that website like that. Like people caring about their karma or whatever is just asinine to me. It's crazy. I think the new captcha for Reddit when you log in is you need to link your therapist's name and office. I think that would be a good start. Go, go, go. I know, guys. In the Diablo 2 boomer community, we are fighting an uphill battle against that one. But you know, my thoughts are my thoughts. Like I was joking with T-Bone yesterday, right? And we talk about like the autism spectrum and all that stuff. And if somebody like is actually autistic, like I don't mean any offense with anything I ever say. I try to just be either jokingly or just like as kind of just point blank and like these are my opinions, my thoughts as it is. But we're all somewhere. We all fall somewhere on the spectrum, right? We're all a little autistic in our own way, whatever. Some people are extremely autistic. Some people are like nonverbal. Some people are just like little goofy. Some people just don't do social things too well. Some people are like very particular about certain things. And so like we're just all out there. And um, I was laughing because I say there's a lot of like the numbers tism in Diablo. Like people love the like exact um, yeah, hell, even Jay was like, not you, but like the lore, or not lore, but like trivia and stuff, where it's just like, yeah, I don't know most of this stuff. Like, I haven't, played only this game for years and years and years. I know a lot of it, especially if it helps out my runs or my play, but like certain things, like the highest monster level and all that stuff, it's like, oh, gosh, I don't know. But there are just those people that just absolutely love Diablo, and it's just like they have learned every single thing about the game for years and years and years and years of playing it, and it's like they dive deep into the whatever. They look at the code, they data mine. It's like that's their tism. And then I was laughing because I have the giveaway thumbnail where it's just me with the top hat and the like fake microphone, the sunglasses, like the ridiculous spin wheel behind me. I'm like, this this is my kind of tism. Like this is the like just the goofy random but like that's where I fall on the spectrum. The Gimmer shred. Oh yeah, well I mean people are like there's people data mining all the time. That's how we find out most of this stuff is data miners. So I say like the community needs those people, but that's not like what I'm gonna be like. So if you're somebody that's like really like that and you like that, like there's other communities out there that will do that. I'm just not like I like having fun and being vibes and playing. Like the game's fun. I'm not like, well, how can I actually blah 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 blah. And at the end of the day, if they're enjoying it, I'm not trying to say like, look at you sucking, like you actually like sucking and enjoying it. Yeah, I know. Shrimp MTG. He talks to me all the time. Like he'll send me DMs and being like, oh hey, like did you know like he analyzes the code all the time. He's like, oh that's how they find like cut content. That's how they just find like just a bunch of stuff. How numbers work, how different things integrate with each other. Um, yeah, there's a lot of people that are out there and like will literally go like line for line through the code and look at things and what not packet sniffing, but just like going through all the files and looking for things that they're gonna release. Personally, I don't like the Gimmer shred. I don't think. I think creators should kind of like do their part to uphold like the integrity of the game, almost at any like cost, and stuff like showcasing glitch like game breaking glitches. Like if it's a funny, goofy, little bug or something like that, like that's fine. But I think it's better for the creator to show proper ways to beat it. Because if you have to glitch it, like it's one of two things. Either you're just lazy, and you just want to do it quick, which, like, as long as you know how to beat it, sure, and you can, like, I guess, sure, but then I would still personally advocate, like, if you can and you know how, just do it that way. But for the people that are like, now I can finally do Uber Ancients, like, now I'm able to finally clear, those are so tough. I had no idea how I was going to get my Uber Jewel. I think as a creator, like, you're kind of doing a massive disservice to the overall community if you're like, hey, look at this glitch, because eventually the glitch is going to get patched out, and then all the people that just relied on the glitch to be able to complete it now are not able to complete it. Whereas if you just took the time and you're like, oh, hey, you know, here's a setup that works, or like, here's how I do it, here's, you know, something that we found out, might not be your play style, it might not, you know, running a smiter, running a wolf barb or something like that, but if you want your jewels, you want to complete it, it's what's gonna work. It'll do it for you. People are like, well, I want to just take my Nova Sorkin and I want to boot Uber Ancients. It's like, well, you can't, dude. That's not how Diablo, like, that's not what Diablo 2 is. Well, I can if I do the Gimmer Shirt glitch, I guess. And I guess as I think about it, I think Smelps made a Gimmer thing, and that's not a dig at him. I love Smelps. Smelps is my go. But I'm just saying overall, like, just showcasing glitches. Like, I will never, like, stream a glitch. I will never make a video. I'll showcase bugs, like the fucking TP bug and the unit collision bug with chains, like, stuff that they hopefully fix. But, like, last season, showcasing the Indugu thing, I don't think that's good. Showcasing, and it's just to get clicks and stuff like that. And, oh, did you know? Did you see this? Whatever. Backgoing Strike Warlock. He was kind of a monster. He was kind of a monster, that guy. Guys, we got a few runs left in us. We need 2 more memberships or super chats or primarinis, anything like that to secure the PM stream and come back. Make it happen for your fellow homies. And we live. Uber Ancients were weaker. Yeah, they were weaker last season. I don't think I did them at all last season, honestly. I don't think I ever got an Uber Jewel. Maybe I did. Maybe I ended up... I don't know if I did them myself or if I ended up just trading for the Jewel. I think I might have got a low magic one. Excuse me. I'm just excited to play something other than Abyss Warlock. I mean, Abyss Lock is cool because we were able to change out the chains and stuff like that. Chains last season felt so awful. You only had 3 and there was that long cast delay. No, General, go lay down. You're fine. Go lay down. I saw you with your blanket over there. Go lay down. Well, Echoing Strike was just cracked. Like, it was, you know, for those literal bug skill with more than one way, with, like, the durability, even though I know they ended up reverting that and keeping that. But that's not how they originally intended it to be. And then with the multiplicative instead of additive damage, like, that's crazy. Like, it was just doing insane damage numbers. I saw how strong it was, and I knew, you know, I play enough of these kind of games where I knew, like, that brand new thing that's super OP to just sell it, more or less, that's probably broken and whatever, like, it's gonna get looked at eventually. and then probably nerf. So I never really played it, but it was funny watching the like watching echoing strike sims just lose their mind over the nerf. Like, oh, I'm never playing. Like, I'm never gonna have fun in this game ever again because you ruined my echoing strike. It's like you guys were never gonna stay around long for Diablo 2 anyways. You guys were probably gonna play a season or two and then find something else to bitch or whine about and then leave. Like, if just nerfing echoing strike like is what made you, first off, if buying like the warlock coming out is what made you buy it, and then you only found echoing strike fun, like the OP broken shit, and then it's just like if it nerfed it to, and you honestly cared to the point where you stopped playing the game, like you don't play the game anymore, that's crazy behavior, man. Like, I mean, I guess, but I would argue like you could probably find something else that's fun and enjoyable. And if not, you weren't ever going to stick around a long time because at some point echoing strike is going to get boring. So yeah, some whiny baby foo-foo hopping through the forest type shit. And the funniest thing was, it was like usually all these single player people too, where it's like, motherfucker, just download the patch and go play on that patch then. Like, I know it's a lot of work, but you can do it. I'm so sick of single player interjecting themselves into like community discussions about like online changes for ladder and ladder seasons and possible things that they could try out for ladder. It's like, you play single player. Why do you like, ooh, a little Crown of Cussy action? A little Karen shard? We like that. Or like, same thing, the anti-change people that just like only play Lord of Destruction and want the game to just be exactly like Lord of Destruction is and was. They're like, well, I don't like the Warlock, he's too OP, I don't like this, and they're blah blah blah. Like, literally just play Lord of Destruction patch and then be happy. Like, why are you even like, respectfully, nobody's talking to you. Like, we know that you like the Lord of Destruction patch. That's why we gave you that and let you go play over there. Stop going over there and then looking over here and being like, well, you guys can't have fun over there. What? Let the game change. It's okay. Well, I like the stash tabs and I like the gems, but I don't agree with everything else they're doing. Well, then you like change. You like the change that they did, you know? It's like, it's just crazy to me. Like, if you play ladder and you genuinely want things to stay the same and, like, you're online, whatever, you have some ideas for changes, like, sure, like, okay, those are your ideas. Like, these are just my ideas to what I think would make the game fun. But just, like, the people that are not even a part of the conversation, self-inserting them into the conversation just to shut down the conversation is like, what? Uh-huh? Sabotage are behind a paywall. Oh, for the expansion. It's like they gave something new. Like, they gave you something new. Yeah, I mean, well, and it's just super cringe, right? Because if you honestly play within the community, me only, well, not only, but like, I only play in the community. I mean, I don't do single player stuff unless it's some sort of like fun community challenge run or something like that. You literally just see what the community wants. They want balance, they want change, they want some new stuff, they want the game, like some aspect of the game to feel a little bit more difficult. That scared me. I thought I died for a second with the way that screen changed. And they don't want the difficulty to be like, well, it's always been difficult, so like, huh. It's like, well, okay, but I'm asking it for, like, the Warlock came out, and it's really OP, right? I want to take the Warlock because I like playing the Warlock. He's cool, he's fun, he looks like, I like the builds, I like the skills, I like the play style. I want to take him into some difficult content that isn't just Ubers, right? Like Ubers is just kind of cheap. Like I want to see something like how much can I teleport around and maintain my survivability and my literally something just like greater rifts, right? It doesn't even have to have rewards. It can just be a complete like testing base where people can go and actually test out builds, and then it can be done like Diablo 3 style, where it's like every class is separated. So it shows like, oh, here's player one Necro, the best Necro. He was using this build. This is what gear he's using. This is the like this is his skill sheet, and this is what level he's able to get to. He's able to get to floor 74. And then it's like, oh, here's the best warlock. He's able to get to floor 5,000. Oh my goodness, that means the warlock is way that means the warlock is way stronger than the necro. Maybe we should look at the necro. Like it just will help out balance too. Like it'll just showcase what builds are great. Because if you think about it right now, you guys, in Diablo 2, what are the metrics for a good build? Or like a strong build? Can it clear player 8? Can it do Ubers? And the just the scale at which those things vary. Because some people are like, well, it can do Ubers. Yeah, you're teleporting your life around, you're screaming in terror, you're going back, you're popping rejuvenation potions, you're going and finding more summons, you're bone walling up your ass, you have absolutely GG crazy specific niche build. Sure, that cleared Ubers. You enter Mr. fucking Paladin Smiter with a black, a 4P diamond shield, a treachery. Just holds left click. Done. Okay, life tap wand. So, like, is this build better than this build? Like, okay, it clears, and then we look at, like, density clearing. Okay, it clears player 8, Terror Zone 96. You're able to do that. Again, how fast? How efficiently, and even then, like some build, like sure you can slug away on chaos and take 15 minutes per run, or you could make this build that does it in like 30 seconds. So is the like power scale just how fast they do things then? But then you also have to take in gear consideration. Like some things are able to do things very quickly, but they take an insane amount of gear that you don't have at the beginning of a ladder season. So it's just like there needs to be some sort of just better like, yeah, MF too, like how many player counts, all that type of stuff. So I truly think having a spot where you can just like limit test builds, and maybe the rewards are cosmetic only. Like maybe if you get to floor 100, you get different footsteps. But then it's just like this single player mentality that I've seen where people are like, well, everybody needs to be able to get the footstep. That's not how it used to work. All right? Like, what is this participation trophy reward bullshit we're doing in video games, you guys? I just wouldn't want the poor little necros to not feel so good that they wouldn't be able to do what the warlocks can do. It's just like, people just knew that, like, at the, when Diablo 3 came out and stuff. There were certain things that were just way better than there were other ones that weren't. You played them because you liked them, but that didn't mean that, like, you were sad that your class couldn't get to the level that the other class get. It's just weird. It's like class identity in Diablo 2 or something. It's like people actually think that they're their paladin or something, and if paladins aren't good, then they're not good. Or it's just so odd. Oh, fuck you guys. I don't have any portals. I'll clear this out, see if they drop any. If not, I'll rejoin. Come on. No! Identifies. Be right back. Yeah, there's just been lots of different quality of life. And if you like the changes, you like the changes. Like, it's just... That's kind of the way it is, right? Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Sunders overall, but I understand that other people are, and I understand that, you know, my way of thinking is overwhelmed, or like outvoted, and I can still have fun with Sunders. Like, I don't need to just be like, Sunders suck. Like, oh, wait, Sunder. Like, I could just be like, oh, you know, if I don't want Sunders, like if I personally am like, I don't like Sunders because I like making different builds for doing different things, I can still do that. And I do still do that. Like I have the sort for rushing, the smiter for Ubers and stuff like that. This guy for just density clear. Like nobody, and that's also the point that I try to make. Nobody has a gun to your head telling you to, like, if you don't agree with Enigma or you don't agree with Sunders, but you still like it, like nobody has a gun to your head being like, use the Sunder, equip Enigma. Like, just don't do it. Just play how you want. But from actually talking, you know, daily with multiple different people in the community that are all actually playing together as a community, not just like their single player. They want balance. They want classes to be fun again. They want, you know, to see different things just be new. Shake it up. I think they should be utilizing their PTR like 400% more than they do, if I'm being honest. Yes, submission. Clark. Oh, I forgot I'm making them. Clark, enjoy your VIP, homie. Submission, thank you. Guys, Hulk, smash that like button. Help us out. We're two. We'll go for... We'll go to 35. So we got 5 more runs. 5 more runs to secure the bag for a PM stream. I believe. I believe. Submission! It's a gold trophy for 1,000 jewels. We get a little trophy. I don't even know what that means, but yeah, we'll count that too. 1 more then. Thank you, Mr. Submission. Appreciate you, homie. Buddy, I always like any additions to the base. 1,000. Thank you. 1,000 jewels. We got a gold trophy, guys. We the GOAT. Appreciate you, Submission. Thanks for wrangling the homies to like that like button every time, and for being here. We're trying. I'm trying, guys. Ain't no place I'd rather be. Chilling with homies in it. You know what? I'm gonna look at how many subs, like between memberships and Twitch subs that we got, and then we'll do like a, once we get to this point, which won't be like crazy. It's not gonna be like double it or anything. It'll probably be like only like 5 to 10 more, I'm guessing. Once we get to like some threshold, then we'll do Mr. Exec's, you know, no sleep till Brooklyn 99 24-hour subathon stream. We'll do that. Well, thank you. And honestly, like, from you doing that, I also then like take that. I'm a big like pay it forward type dude, and I try to do some sort of like I go into other people's streams and I'm like, hey, make sure you guys are like hitting that like button and stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, it is because of you. Like, it is because you have come in and done that. So I also try to pay it as forward as much as I can. I know like it's hard to be active and do everything that needs to be done in a day, but I really do try. Yeah, that's it, I guess. Yeah, Exec's ready for his 24-hour streams. Ready. I'm not, you guys. I'm gonna be a sleepy boy. I don't know how I'm gonna manage that. You're gonna need lots of rogue energy. Gonna need lots of coffee. Lots of snacks. If I get hangry, guys, it's gonna get... Oh boy. He'll take PTO. Oh shit. Hey, it might end up lining up with season 15. Maybe we just do the launch of season 15. You guys can level with me and then go to bed whenever you want, and then we can you guys can wake up and see what goodies I got and what I've farmed and stuff like that. Or I might just start like a second character to play or something like that. 1 through 99 front page. Well, we're starting Werewolf Druid, so I know that for sure. I'm doing the homie wolf pack, that's for sure. There's so many people that are excited for that, including myself, honestly. Just watching, like, getting together with 8 other werewolf druids and just like farming together is, I think, just going to be an absolute riot. It sucks that Shockwave has 0 synergies, which is why it sucks. The Druid ladder? I don't know. You mean like the race to 99? I don't ever really like... That's not really attainable for like average people. I don't really look too much, like, I don't pay too much attention to the leaderboards because it's just like... I've done a few 24-hour streams in the day, like back in the day. Just different like random variety streams or League of Legends streams and stuff like that. I've done a few. It sucks. Like, what's that, like 20-hour mark? Because usually people go to bed. I think my audience is spread out decent enough between EU and NA that I'll be okay though. Like, I have enough people in Americas, and then when they go to bed at like, you know, the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 a.m. kind of like really like witching hours. Usually the EU people, or it's like their evening or their mornings or whatever, and they're kind of just, or their afternoons, then they start popping in and chilling. And obviously as streams go, the longer you stream, the more people just come in and, you know, end up lurking or whatever. So like the longer the stream, the better the stream, pretty much always. What is this? Why is this so big? Oh, that's what she said.
I'm gonna come.
But yeah, Diablo, like, just farming for 24 hours straight, that would get a little bored. So maybe we go... I'm sorry, I just immediately put... I'm so sorry. Mr. Hork, I'm so sorry. But that's why I say maybe we do it at the start of the season, because then we have like the season to blast, and it's really like fun and exciting to level and all that stuff. No, I will. I just gotta work it out with the wife. I can't do it this weekend or anything like that. And I think I'm going to do it as we're gonna do a 10 or like 12-hour stream, and then every additional sub or whatever we get, we'll extend it by half an hour, capping out at 30 minutes, or like capping out at 30 hours. So I'm not gonna do some like insane subathon where I just go for like 72 hours as long as people are just keep you know, doing the subs and stuff like that. But I will have some sort of like extending timer thing, because some people are like it becomes fun, you know. Like the streamers, like, well, I kind of want it to end, and people are like, no, you have to stream. Here's another 30 minutes. It's just like, oh, like, thank you, you know. But it's a fun time. First person RuneScape. Wait, hold on. What are you talking about? Yeah, that's where I'm at too. Like, I just need to give the wife a heads up and be like, hey, you are in charge of like everything tomorrow while I sleep and recover and whatever. For the werewolf theme season, not yet. I'm just trying to think of like who's actually wanting to do it and stuff. I do have a signups page in the Discord that has like a bot and stuff like that, and so then like first 8 people, I can like have maybe like 8 people, and I don't know. Like I'm torn because if there's more than 8 people, like how do I do that? Like, you know, I can only take 8 people into the game in the season and like at once, um, but I'm guessing there will be some. There was for last season, like we just had one, and some people were like they signed up and they're like, oh, I'm not able to join and I'm not able to actually be there, and then other people like just filled their spot at the time. But I don't have like a whole plan for my season, at least. Like I don't have like I start with these 8 people because I know they know what they're doing and we blast. With the way that the season goes, I don't know how much I really want to blast. Like I'm usually a blaster, but then just for like wealth and loot purposes and stuff like that, like it's good to get into hell and start farming and find your loot so that way you can trade it for the most value as quick as possible. Like that's what I like to try to do, because the stuff at the beginning of the season is just worth so much, and it's fun too. Like it's fun being like, yeah, I'm in hell. Like, oh, here's my like just finding what you get. So I it's gonna be like probably a mix, you know, but just vibes versus just who's available, who wants to. But in my head right now, I don't have any sort of like this guy. Like I know I want to play with Wedge, Hijinks, T-Bone, just like being straight up, because they've been around some of the longest and they've been some of the most like excited for the Wolf Pack. So yeah, I mean it's always better to be first. Yeah, you could do bears. You could do bear, or even just like summon druids or something. I don't know. You could even do a sat. Like, who knows? But I'm looking at things and stuff like that. It's like who's just consistent with their like behavior. That's probably the biggest thing. Like, are they just fun and chill to play with, or are they somebody that's like a little over the top sometimes or whatever? And then also like how active they are, like how helpful they are. If they're just like give me out, I could use this, I could use this, but they're talking a lot. Like some people talk a lot, and some people are here every day, and stuff like that. But and it's a matter of everything, you know. Like these guys are members, so they're willing to, you know, cough up the what $3 that it is, or a Twitch Prime, um, you know, stuff like that. Keep seeing this Thresher, and I kind of want to pick it up, but it's not Eth, so it's Poopy. Oh yeah, Mosaic Sins versus Werewolf Druid. That seems fair. That seems like a fair race. Just like the fastest class in the game versus the slowest. Yeah, it seems. You want to bet? We might as well. It's so fair. We should put like 4 Jaw runes on it or something. You know, like yeah, totally fair. I mean, we get the pack, so like that's fair. All right, we're on 32. At 35, after 35, we're wrapping it up. We're at 2 out of 3. Don't let those homies go to waste. Their efforts, guys. Guys, I don't know what to do for lunch. Getting hungry. Fucked around, slept in, didn't really get like eat any breakfast, but well, they're gonna change it, so it's gonna have some difference. It's not gonna be just like straight up exactly how it is, which kind of sucks because like it'd be pretty fun to just like play the absolute busted mosaic. I never had a chance to, but that's alright. It's extremely blinding with the new graphics for sure. I didn't like the old graphics either. 7 Zons and an enchant. Wait, now we're talking. Wait, why do 7 Zon? Why not just 7 druids? You know, why stop there? 7 whirlwind barbs with an enchant. Now we're talking. Two zones, 1 cup. Yeah, exactly. So all I know is we were almost halfway. So we got about another, like, 2 bars of EXP today, guys. Hey, die. Thank you. Thank you, homies, for making it a good day. Well, yeah, because we know how to actually run runs, buddy. We don't just like yap and jerk off in between every run for like 40 seconds for no reason. The second he dies, I'm just gone. I'm making that next game. You know what I mean? And the second I'm in that game, I'm running. Unless I'm buying potions or... Nope. Nope, I like giving the people the anxiety. Just for you, my goat. My liege.
Afternoon.
There you go. Look at it, 3,200 bucks just for you. Oh, I'm sorry. Habit. Thank you, Mr. Bork. Ain't no place I'd rather be. Chilling with homies and family. Ooh, where are ya? I'm gonna get ya. Where are ya? You betcha, throne of destruction. What is this? No one wants this 4015 right here? Well, we tried. We sure tried. Yeah, always be pulling. So someone was talking about earlier too, like Zach, the trick is not to just be in game playing, but be killing. Like don't like be killing monsters, clearing monsters, like actively. People are like, oh, I don't know, you know, hopped on and I played for, okay, but how much time did you spend in town at vendors for some reason? Like, how much time did you just spend just AFK looking at, like, third-party sites on where you should farm or how to improve your build? Or did you just put on some music and just fucking go for 2 hours? Like, because that's a big difference. Like that just one guy I keep thinking about where he's like, Enigma's not in my top 5 armors, and I have it. It's like, name 5 better armors for farming purposes than Enigma, dude. Like, honestly, come on. Like, why lie to people, dude? Enigma's literally like the item that every single ladder player goes for almost almost immediately. Like, it's like they make their character and then they start trying to get Enigma. So if that like wasn't the, you know, this whole just like anti-Enigma, like I'm cool because I don't use Enigma, I'm better than you because I don't use Enigma, is just so fucking cringe. Because you're not. Like, you're just straight up not. Like, you're just you're just coping. I don't know what you're doing, but it's not being faster than my Enigma wearing self, I can tell you that much. We could farm like any area, all it's gonna take is like one dead end. Unless you just only farm chaos, but even then I'd still argue like probably do it just as quick. Unless I guess you only play a Sork, but even then, Enigma's still very useful on Sork. Good MF, good strength, good to all skills. To set up the bot that posts the Discord and stuff, do you do that via Streamlabs? No, it's Nightbot. Like, it's its own website. Just Google Nightbot. And then, like, you link your Twitch and your YouTube, and then you set up everything through that. Yeah, just Google Nightbot. It'll be like the first link, and it's very easy. It'll be like your dashboard, timers, commands, etc. Although the commands don't work for some reason. If I go like exclamation Discord, it doesn't want to do its job. And it should have a command where it's like, oh, join the homies, and then post the Discord, but not sure. I haven't really looked into it. My stream's not like big enough to the point where I can't tab out quick and just like give the person their link. We'll get there someday, but as of right now, yeah, engorge. Get strong and mighty, dude. Gosh, look at him. Look at him. Just putting him down. Not even death. We're going a little extra on this time, guys. Usually we only go till about, okay, what's going on? Oh, he is here, what the heck? He's a little shy boy. He's being bashful. Good at martial arts. I agree. Like, there's that sweet spot, but I don't think I'll ever get to the point where it's like I'm not relatable. I don't think I'll ever get to the point where I'm just like the stream is like the chat's just moving so fast that I can't even keep up and stuff like that. Mostly just because I don't think I'm good enough at being fake enough to like broaden my reach that much and be like, wow, welcome in. Like, I know I'm not for everybody, and I know I won't ever be for everybody, but the realness and authenticity is kind of where we're going. Well, Smaps, we're gonna find out. And you know what? You too can accelerate that time with a membership or a super chat. Is farming online? Absolutely it is. Luck is skill, so Flig, you just gotta lock in. You know, I found a very first week of this ladder. Player 1 cows. Dual authority, spirit, stealth. Not a lick of MF on my Abusi there. We ended up finding a 40 ED opal vein from just a random non-terrorized cow, player 1. Sold it immediately and got Enigma and Void and all that stuff like right away. This like, people like to jerk off about player 8 and stuff like that, and oh, well, that's why I go online. And no, come online. Don't be forced offline just so you can adjust your player count. We have homies that you can farm with if you want that. If you want to just do it yourself, it is totally worth it, and you are definitely able to acquire loot by just farming online and through trading. Way more faster, way easier and faster than you ever will be able to do player 8 solo self-found. I mean, you'll find something in player 1 and you'll be able to trade it for your stuff way more than you will ever be able to find like your jaw and a burr. Like, it's just most of my farming I do on player 1 just because it's easy. You know, there's no tension or weirdness when it comes to like people wanting to farm different areas or anything like that. I'm in control of the pace, all that type of stuff, and so like it. We like it. True. Higher chance of getting something when you play than when you don't play. That's bars right there. You know, I don't know the last time like Tradery just dropped or whatever, you know, max roll, icy veins. I can't remember the last time one of them dropped me a jaw ruin. But I can remember the last time Mephisto did. I don't think I've ever gotten a Griffins from a you know, third-party website, but I have gotten one from a zombie that I killed that was terrorized. Somebody got a ring? 20. $28 now. A Griffins? Yeah, there you go. That's what I mean. Just popping the shards and getting active is the way to go. It really is. There's a single player person probably trying to tell us that he wishes they would get rid of at least Terrazone bosses, which I don't know. Yeah, being able to sell your loot and just like is such a huge benefit to online play over single player. Like, it's just so hard to find ruins actually on single player, but not so much so on ladder. And it's a lot easier to find gear to trade for stuff, even on player 1, than it is to find all your own stuff on single player, player 8. It's way exponentially easier. And they are looking at adding a solo self-found mode. For me, personally, I want a group farm. I want, like, a group Iron Man mode or something like that instead, but... A Jaw Rune? Or an SOJ? Wow. No minions. Got a real homie in here waiting until the minions spawn just to terrorize Act 5. Let's go! A Torbalos! Ha ha ha! I don't know. A lot left. I still need like Mang songs and materials and all the like the Death's Fathom. So, like I said, I think Sobo the other day posted the top 10. Sobo posted the. What is it? 2 to demon skills, 3 consume, 4 blood boil. That ain't bad. Alright, last one. Come on. We're getting pretty close. We're one away at this point. Don't let Mr. Exec's YouTube membership go to waste here. Uniques, we're at here. Do I find something today? I found 2 things today. So we're at 92%. But realistically, since we haven't found them, like, we might as well be at 0%, right? We haven't found materials, all that stuff. I say since I have like 3 out of the 10 hardest ones to find, we're actually sitting at like a 36%. We'll say it went up 37 now. But I have all the books. So I have Diablos, Mephistos, and Torbalos. And the Measured Wrath. But I need like materials, I need a Mang songs, yeah, like Death's Fathom, some of the other like big super rare ones. I don't even know where like to even farm those, honestly. I'd rather, I don't know, like at the beginning of the season obviously you farm some act bosses, it makes sense, but honestly, getting any of them would be super sick. Like, not for use purposes or even value purposes, but just to say, like, I'm done. Got the off the Chronicle. General Bardock, he's finished his unique Chronicle. I can't believe it. Like, that's crazy. There's so much rarity in the Chronicle. To actually have like have the unique one completed is kind of nuts. And homies, please, let's hit that like button. Let's absolutely smash it. The other day, I think our highest was 20 on a live stream. 20 likes on a live stream. That's our new record to beat, our new PR. A new PB. Yeah, I'm missing some facets too. It sucks. That's so stupid. You have to find like all the dye and the whatever. Oh, I'm missing entropy still too. There's a lot of like really rare stuff that we're missing that just doesn't pop up too well. Wedge! Money turned into a monster. Money threw my noodles in the. He wants to get a PM stream. There it is. Back at it again. Mr. Wedge, thank you so much for helping a young man chase his dreams. Homies. What a gangster. Look at him. Not a waste. Exec secured his thing. Not a total waste. Thank you, Mr. Wedge. Thank you also, everyone else, for just listening to the pandering that happens. Sorry, homie. Why are you sorry? Get your thumb looked at. We all good on the wedge thumb? Adopt us. Guys making pickles with his grandmammy's recipe, Muddy. Oh, I need that. You saying sorry because we got to come back and do a PM stream? Ain't nothing sorry about that. We ain't never sorry about that. Thank you for making it happen. Wah, rah, rah, rah. Well, guys, we might just fuck around and hit whatever tonight. And then once we're back tonight, I think we'll start not as early as last time. I think it was like 6:30 or something I started. I think we're gonna go 8:30. We're gonna go 8:30 start time. Oh, just one of each element? Have I done that? Ah, I still need one. Not sure which one I need, but we're 2 amulets away. That's cool. I think it's entropy. I know I haven't found a sling yet. Well, there's 2 rings that I haven't found. I think that's sling and BK. I don't think I found a Bulkathos, and I don't think I found a sling. Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot. Wait, both sacred armors? I would be happy if that sling ID counted too. The witch doctor? Hey, we like that. Rank 1 though? That's crazy. I mean, getting rank 1 is actually crazy. Alright, we'll be back tonight. Make sure to join the Discord. In Twitch, we got Flig, Clark, Wedge holding it down. I don't think anyone else. I was top 100 in one of the seasons of Diablo 3's ladder. I don't know. I decided to push it. It was something like the seasonal reward, Hadrig's gift or whatever. It gave like a good set actually for Crusader. And then that's when I was like, okay, well, I'll do Crusader. It gives their BIS set, and then the rest of the pieces shouldn't be that hard to find. And they weren't, so. Get that out of there. All right, a YouTube chat. Be a good little TZ leech. Yeah, exec. And then also, if anybody, like, we'll get some statues going. We'll get some key sets going. See whoever needs help with any of that stuff. We'll do all your runs, see what torches we get, stuff like that. So Johnny, T-Bone, Exec, Wedge, Smelps, who else we got? Riddick, Stag, Submission, Nightbot, Craft Beer, Clark, Mike, Lego Mike Sovo. I don't know if there's anyone else we're missing here today. Crisp. Talking about the penis. I just saw that, sorry. Don't know walled you there. Lol Squeb. Luis. All the homies that were chatting and around, lurking, talking. Mwah. We will be back at 8:30 or 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah, thanks for doing your job today, Nightbot. He decided to come in. He wasn't hungover today. He didn't use any PTO. So we'll be back around 8:39 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight, and then that stream again will be 2 hours starting off, but every again membership or whatever will extend it by half an hour. All right, we'll see you guys then. Good luck on your drops. Congratulations to Mr. T-Bone on his promotion to whatever. Smalps, go get that gosh darn Grizz Shield, buddy. It's coming your way in 34 more runs. Peace out, homies. Good luck on your drops. Peace. We'll see you tonight. Thank you.